The Curse of the Carpathian Werewolf Extended Chronicle. Before men traced maps or named the wild lands beyond the Aegean, when Olympus still shone like a spear of lightning in the clouds, Zeus sought a punishment that would echo longer than empires. Lycaon, king of Arcadia, had dared the unthinkable. He served the father of thunder, a feast of human flesh to test the vision of the gods. A single bolt could have erased him, but Zeus desired a torment that would stretch across centuries and feed on fear itself. Searching for a place untouched by mortals, he gazed northward. There lay a wilderness of endless black forests and mountains draped in mists, a country without temples or prayers. The Greeks had no name for it. One day men would call it the Carpathians. Zeus raised his hand and the storm obeyed. Lightning wrapped Lycaon in a coil of white fire. Bones lengthened, joints cracked like splitting ice, muscles twisted until human shape broke apart. Silver-black fur erupted from skin, claws forced their way through soft fingertips, and the skull stretched into a savage muzzle. Yet the eyes, still human, still burning with reason, remained. Neither man nor beast, he became something in between, a creature of immortal hunger condemned to roam the newborn mountains until the world itself grew old. By day he hid in labyrinths of dripping stone, caverns where underground rivers whispered secrets to the darkness. There the air tasted of cold iron and forgotten storms. But when the sun bled out and the moon rose full and white, he emerged. The first howl rolled through the valleys like a tidal wave of sound low at first, then rising until trees trembled and deer froze mid-step. Old hunters say the echo of that howl bends the path of the wind itself. For centuries, the creature hunted only the wild herds, obeying the final command of Zeus, spill no human blood. But time erodes every chain. When settlers finally entered the valleys with their fires and fragile hopes, the scent of mortal flesh awakened a craving stronger than any divine decree. Shepherds awoke to find their flocks scattered, sheep ripped apart as if by blades of iron. Footprints wider than a man's palm trailed off into gullies where no wolf could climb. They built fences of sharpened stakes, lit bonfires that burned through the night, and prayed to every god they knew. Nothing availed them. The beast could hear a heartbeat from a mile away, could see through stone when the moon split the clouds. Legends say his body was a paradox, taller than any man yet moving with the silent glide of a hunting cat. Fur that shimmered like wet obsidian, hands shaped like a man's but tipped with claws that could slice oak as if it were cloth. His eyes glowed molten gold, and in their depths flickered something more terrible than hunger memory, the trapped mind of a king who knew he would never again be human. Among the early settlers lived a woman of extraordinary grace, a mortal beauty named Helena. Even the monster's battle-hardened heart faltered at her presence. Desire drowned the last echo of Zeus's command. One moon-soaked night, the creature claimed her in a union of terror and forbidden longing. Helena fled, but within her grew a life no blade could remove and no prayer could undo. She called to the heavens for mercy. Hera, queen of the gods and rival to her husband's fury, heard the mortals' pleas. She softened the curse, persuading Zeus to spare the unborn child. From that bloodline came a race both blessed and damned, half human, half predator, cursed to transform only once each month, when the full moon tears opened the night sky. Generations passed. Villages became kingdoms, and yet the legend endured. Fireside whispers told of a shadow that moved faster than the wind, of eyes that burned like twin suns in the darkest forest. Travelers spoke of nights when the entire mountain range seemed to hold its breath, waiting for a single cry that would shatter the silence. Centuries later, when trains and highways began to snake through the Carpathians, some believed the old stories would fade. But the mountains kept their secrets. A modern night, one autumn evening, a lone hiker named Daniel followed a forgotten trail near the Ukrainian border. Mist rose from the pines like ghostly fingers, and the moon, huge and yellow, hung low over the ridges. He had heard the local warnings but laughed them off. Legends, he thought, belonged to books and tourists. Halfway up a rocky pass, the forest fell unnaturally silent. No owl, no cricket, only the sharp drum of his own heart. Then came the sound, a slow scrape of claws on stone, deliberate and unhurried. From the fog ahead emerged a silhouette, enormous, upright, fur glistening like wet steel. Golden eyes pierced the mist and locked onto his. Daniel froze. The creature stepped closer, each movement smooth and soundless despite its size. The smell of wet earth and ancient blood filled the air. It tilted its head, studying him with something disturbingly human curiosity, maybe recognition. The legends had promised death, but the beast only stared. A sudden gust rattled the trees, breaking the spell. Daniel stumbled backward, his foot striking a loose rock that tumbled into the ravine below. The echo cracked through the valley like a gunshot. The creature flinched, muscles tightening as if preparing to leap. Instinct roared through Daniel's veins. He turned and ran. Branches whipped his face, stones cut his palms, but he did not look back until the trail opened onto a moonlit clearing. Behind him, the forest remained eerily quiet, no pursuit, only the fading echo of a single mournful howl. Locals later claimed that those who meet the Carpathian, werewolf, and survive are forever marked. Some speak of dreams filled with golden eyes, others of a strange sharpening of the senses when the moon is full. Daniel told no one what he had seen, yet on cold nights he still hears that low, intelligent growl vibrating in his bones. And so the legend endures. The child of Lycaon, the beast forged by Zeus, tempered by Hera, and nourished by centuries of Carpathian darkness, still walks the misty passes. It waits for the night, when the blood of men will once again taste sweeter than any hunt, or perhaps for the one mortal who dares to answer its lonely call.